You're watching the Batter Fans Network.
Welcome, everybody, to episode number 27 of the Batter Heat Fans Podcast. I'm your host, Daniel Got and alongside me, as always, Mr. Daniel Solana. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. I have a little message for you. Whatever you do, don't buy your son the Tyler Hero jersey. Just don't do it. Don't do it. And I'll get into a little bit more why, as the show progresses. But just do me that favor. Just don't buy him the Tyler Hero jersey.
No, man, Tyler Hero needs to sign an extension, like a lifetime extension, because my son is so into it. I need him to figure this out. I need him to stay and to play well because my brother is all in. I keep saying my brother, my son is all in.
Your brother's probably all in too.
No, my brother's ready to ship Tyler Hero off. 14-7. We beat the Clippers for the second time, and when the first time we played the Clippers, we're like, good win, good team. The Clippers are a disaster right now. I don't know what the hell happened, because when you look at that roster should be pretty good. James Harden doesn't play basically the whole second half. Kawhi Leonard finally plays, right? Because he barely ever plays, and it's a shame, because when you see him play, you're like, man, this guy's a fucking baller, but he can never stay healthy. But it was a 3-point barrage for the Heat. Was it 24 threes that they hit last night? It was they tied a franchise record. The game started, and you could tell that they had a bad taste in the mouth from that Pistons loss, because they came out so aggressive. That first basket, Davion Mitchell just kind of hands it off to Bam, and Bam steps straight into that three. And then Andrew Wiggins comes back, takes a shot, misses, gets his own rebound, right back up. Norman Powell was on fire. Like, you could tell the way they came out so aggressive. You could tell they came out with a purpose. Then the Clippers hung in. Was it like 6 minutes left in the second quarter? The Clippers end up even taking the lead by 2. And then all of a sudden, 32-4 run, and that was all she wrote. What do you think about last night? Because we were on absolute fire.
Absolutely, man. The Heat shot 53%, 52.2 from three, making 24 out of 46. And that was huge, right? That was huge because the Heat, unfortunately, lost the battle at the free throw line. The Clippers took 35 free throws.
You play against James Harden.
I know. But it wasn't just James Harden. It was Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard got to the line 10 times. James Harden only got to the line 7 times. But overall, as a team, they got to the line 35 times. That's a lot of times that's a lot of fouls to give up. But look, that second quarter, and this is the reason why I say don't buy your son the Tyler Hero jersey, because Tyler Hero was in there with the predominantly second unit at the beginning of the second quarter. And that's when the Clippers went on that run. The Heat were up, I think, 15 points, something like that. And the Clippers went on a run, huge run, and took, like you said, a 2-point lead. Eric Spoelstra takes out Tyler Hero, inserts Davion Mitchell, inserts Bam Adebayo, inserts Norman Powell, and the game completely changed. The Heat go, like you said, on a 32-4 run, and that was all she wrote as of halftime. Another huge second quarter, 41 points in that second quarter. 70, if I'm not mistaken, 71 points in the first half again. That is, that is, and I don't remember. I think 76. I think that's the 8th time this season that the Heat reach 70 points in the first half. And we get to 140 again, Danny, 140 again. They've gone to 140 more times this season than they have in their entire history combined. And that goes to show you that, we're back at that pace.
Yeah, we were off of it for a couple games when Tyler Hero first came back last week, basically. But I have to become a Tyler Hero truther just because I got to defend my son here. I'm all in on Tyler Hero right now.
I want to ship him. I want to ship him out.
No. You know what's funny is because I want to say like episode 4 or 5. Like we had seen Norman Powell play like 3 or 4 games, and I told you, man, when I watched Norman Powell, I think I might enjoy watching him play and his offensive game more than Tyler Hero. I think he might be better. And you rolled your eyes at me. And I was telling you, I think I like Norman Powell's offensive game more than Tyler Hero. And you rolled your eyes, and now we've switched because I need Tyler Hero to step this up. And then just to back up Tyler Hero in this aspect. Yes, with the second unit, they suffered, but the second unit wasn't playing well. Khalil Ware was not playing well. Jaime Jaquez, I don't know if this whole putting a big man on Jaime Jaquez is going to end up being like what kind of sets him off pace for sixth man of the year, because he's having a hard time figuring this out. He needs to improve that outside shot, because until he starts hitting that outside shot, it's going to be tough for him when they put those big men on him. A smaller defenders on Khalil Ware, he's having issues with. So people are figuring out how to play against Khalil Ware and Jaime Jaquez. And I think that that's one of the reasons why the second unit suffers so much. I'm not going to kill Tyler Herro. We need Tyler Herro to keep it going. Tyler Herro, yes, he wasn't the best plus minus when you compare to the rest of the starters, because the rest of the starters were in during that crazy run in the second quarter. But he was a positive 12 as opposed to the rest of the second unit.
He was a positive 12. The rest of the second unit, like you said, was negative, other than Pelle Larsson, who was a +1. But I know you love that stat, Danny. I know you love the plus minus. That's why on every show here on the Battered Heat Fans, we talk about the plus minus. And look, I think Spo loves that stat too. So as long as Spo loves it, we can continue talking about it. But yeah, look, Tyler Herro is, to me, the biggest trade piece that the Heat have right now, and he could be key in getting back some players that fit this style that the Heat are playing this year. I just don't think, and we've given him a few games already to get into it, and I just don't think that he plays this brand of basketball. I think he needs the pick. Unfortunately, he gets picked on a lot on the defensive end. We heard that a lot of teams are gunning for him in the fourth quarter, especially looking for him in on the switch when down in the 3, 4, 5 minute range, and we saw that against the Detroit Pistons. Right, we talked about it. You showed an image on the last podcast of Tyler Herro just getting destroyed on the defensive end, and for that reason, that's why I feel like we need to ship him out. But talking about last night's game, I mean, I can't talk enough about Davion Mitchell, right? 6 of 6 from the field, 4 of 4 from 3, 16 points, 12 assists, Danny. This guy is an absolute assist machine. Only 2 turnovers, something a little bit weird.
Isn't it crazy when he gets 2 turnovers? We're like, ooh, 2 turnovers. What are we doing, Davion?
Absolutely. That's exactly where I was going with it. So, but yeah, big game from Davion Mitchell. Really, really big game from everybody. Norman Powell showing why, again, he's leading this team in points. Again, 30 points and 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Overall, fantastic game from the team. Bam Adebayo had a great game. He had a great first half. He shot 8 threes, Danny. 8 threes.
He came out more aggressive than I think anybody. Like, I was really surprised at how aggressive he came out.
Yeah, I agree. He shot 8 threes, made 5 of them. And that's a facet of his game that we knew he needed to develop, especially if the Heat were going to play this style of offense. They need everybody on the floor to be able to make a shot, stretch the floor, and Bam Adebayo has shown that he can do it this year.
Fontecchio got minutes over Jovic. I think Jovic is going to be shipped out at some point. He is somebody that I think is just struggling way too much, and I think it's all mental. Maybe he needs a new setting, because he's having a really rough go. But when you look at this, the fact that the second unit, Khalil Ware only played 16 minutes, Drew Smith got 16, which is normal. Jaime Jaquez only 21, Fontecchio got 21, which is fine. The second unit wasn't out there as much, but you have to ride the hot hand, and the starters were just balling today. And look, just to finish off on the Tyler Herro thing, Tyler Herro, I thought his looked better in this offense. He was 4 for 6 from 3. There was a grenade that Pelle Larsson threw at him right when the shot clock was running out, and he had to hoist it from like half court, and he nailed it. Andrew Wiggins looked really good also. If this is the Andrew Wiggins you get all year, you're in good shape, because Andrew Wiggins is very athletic, great on the defensive end. And we haven't even mentioned the fact that in the first quarter, there was 6 blocks. Like, they came to play this night. And I'm telling you, that loss to the Pistons, it lingered, and they responded.
Well, it's something that you've been now. I don't want to use the word complaining, but something that you've pointed out many times this season is you'd feel like, especially with Khalil Ware in the lineup, that we would get more blocks. That's what you got last night, Danny. You got 6 in the first quarter, 10 overall, and they were pretty thunderous blocks, right? They weren't just regular blocks. I mean, one was off the backboard that I think Bam did. Tyler here, I think Norman Powell blocked James Harden. I mean, they were nice blocks, big blocks that led to fast break points on the other side. And that's the Heat defense that we've been expecting over the last couple games, and we finally got it.
Tyler Herro got a block. Give Tyler Herro some credit, man.
Yay.
That's it, man. My son got me in. I gotta figure this out. Well, he has to figure this out.
Thank goodness my son's favorite player is Davion Mitchell, man. Thank goodness.
Davion Mitchell ain't going nowhere. He's an absolute baller. Norman Pollock, you said, great game. Fontecchio, 1 of 6 from 3. That guy has come back to earth more than I've seen anybody in research like that. The drop off. He was shooting almost 50% at one point. I wonder where he's at now because he has dropped off significantly.
One of the things about Fontecchio, and it was a stat that they played during the game yesterday, and it's not just Fontecchio, but it's Norman Powell. Both of those guys are in the top 5 for getting fouled on 3-point shots. Fontecchio's been fouled 9 times. He did it again last night. Norman Powell, if I'm not mistaken, was 14 times. 12?
I think so.
14 sounds better. And obviously James Harden, who we played against last night, was in first place. But that's something that I haven't been able to figure out about Fontecchio, how he does that. I need to pay a little bit more attention to his shooting motion, to when he gets defended. I don't know if they're kicking his feet, if they're actually getting him on the arm, but something about his shot, his release, allows him to get to the free throw line on those 3-point shots.
Yeah, I was looking here, and Simone Fontecchio for the season is now down to 38% from 3. So he's reached what he was his career, 38% 3-point shooter. He's back there. Hopefully he starts picking it up. So big win, and we have 3 games left before we start with the Gold Cup.
Wrong sport, man. Wrong sport. The NBA Cup.
The NBA Cup. Thank you. Jesus. We got the Mavericks on Wednesday away. We have the Magic away, and then we come back home. So on the second night of a back-to-back against the Kings. 2 of those 3 opponents should be dubs because the Kings and the Mavs are looking pretty bad. The Magic are obviously a much better team, and we should have beat them the first game of the season if it wasn't for Wendell Carter getting some key offensive rebounds late in the game. Your thoughts on the next 3 games before we start that NBA Cup in Vegas?
3 dubs. 3 dubs. 3 dubs. Yeah, definitely should beat the Mavs, even though they got Anthony Davis back, if I'm not mistaken. The Magic is a big game. Obviously, you're going to get a lot of intel in that game from the NBA for the NBA Cup. And then, like you said, the Sacramento Kings, they are an absolute debacle right now, and that should be a win. But that could be a trap game. I mean, that could be a trap game because then you have the NBA Cup semi or quarterfinals coming up. And, against the Magic away, you play them a few days before. We got to watch out with that Saturday, December 6th home game against the Kings. It could definitely be a trap game. And these are 3 games that the Heat should win, all 3 games.
I think Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan have given up on the Kings, to be honest with you.
Did you see that video of that fan getting kicked out of the Sacramento Kings arena because he was yelling at LaVine to play defense?
Yeah. And then he came off and put a video up. He's like, I'm not even from Sacramento. I'm from Brooklyn, but I love this fan base so much that I rock with them, and these fans deserve more. And usually I'm like, some fans go overboard. You know what? When I listened to his video, I was like, this shit makes sense. Like, I don't know. He's like, man, we pay so much money. All I'm asking you to do is just show effort. Like, try.
He's not wrong, right? He's not wrong.
He's not. Like, you get paid all this money and we have to pay to come watch you. Like, dude, if you guys suck, that's fine. This stadium is popping anyway. We're just asking you to try. And I was like, you know what? He's not wrong. So the Kings are 5-16 this season so far. They've lost 3 in a row, 2-8 in their last 10. And then the Mavs are 7-15 in their last 10, 4-6 over the last 10. 7-15, 4-6 in their last 10. So 2 bad teams. And then, like I said, the Magic, which are picking it up, 3 wins in a row. They're 8-12 in their last 10. They're 13-8. They're only a game behind us in the standings. So the Magic are obviously picking it up. They beat the Pistons last week. That's what it was. They beat the Pistons last week. So that's going to be a tough game. And because it's a back-to-back, I wonder how they're going to do with the minutes and all that. But we're gonna have that game on Saturday. Then we have Sunday and Monday off, and then Tuesday is that game in Orlando. So it should be an interesting weekend. Any final words there, Solana?
No final words. Only Heat are 14-7. They're top in the East, and like I've been saying every single show for the last week, in my opinion, if they continue playing this way, they are the best team in the East. I don't care what happened against Detroit. I don't care what happened against the Magic at the beginning of the season. I don't care that we lost to Cleveland with their backups. This team, the way they played last night, if they can continue that way, nobody's beating this team in the playoffs.
Nobody? That's quite the statement.
Nobody.
You talking about just the East, or you talking about in the NBA?
I'll throw it out there. We'll just say the East for now.
That's a wild statement, but yeah, okay. I like the confidence. The Knicks are in third place right now. Unfortunately, the Knicks have managed to surpass them. I guess the Knicks have been hot. They're 13-6, which sucks. But all right. Well, with that said, if you're listening on audio, please leave us 5 stars and a comment. If you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe, and we'll be back on Thursday talking hopefully another win against the Mavs. So until the next one, have a good one.